Alright, brothers and sisters, we got finally something happening in the market worth talking about, which is Zcash pumping, and we got even Internet Computer ICP as well pumping recently and continuing to pump. We got even Kaspa doing some rounds here on Twitter with its founder talking about its Binance listing possibly. We got a few altcoins like Dash as well, or recently Filecoin or Fetch AI pumping. What's really happening here? What this has to tell us exactly about the current market situation? Is this a sign of a bear market, or is it the opposite, or is it the complete other way? So with no further ado, let's get into today's video. And as usual, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This show is not financial advice. This show is for entertainment, some education, and hopefully finding God. So you've probably seen this recently. We've got Zcash, which is a privacy coin like Bitcoin, but with this one, nobody can see your transactions, nobody can track your wallets, none of that. It is completely private, and there is a lot of talk about it recently, and it's rallying. And it's not like the first time we've seen this pump on Zcash. Usually these we call them Dino coins or dinosaur coins because they are as old as time and one of the early cryptos. Even at some point, Zcash was worth 29,000 or 29k. It was worth more than Bitcoin when it just launched. Some people say this was a glitch, but it was worth a lot at some point when it just launched. But back in 2018, it did rally as well to about $800, close to $900. In 2021, it did not rally that much, and again, it is rallying more than 2021. And one could argue maybe because this cycle was a crime cycle and people are moving to hide their money in Zcash, or people just looking for better things maybe now because Bitcoin has more institutions behind it, is more controlled by institutions and governments. Maybe people now want more privacy, and that's why Zcash is pumping. But to me, and when I'm looking at other coins pumping like Dash, like Filecoin, recently we've seen this Filecoin pumping, which is one of the oldest coins as well. So basically this coin from 2021, I remember it rallied really hard in 2021, but it's still in a bear market. Today's pump is basically just, why is it important? It's because it was out of the blue. We've seen this spike up on Filecoin, and I do believe this is due to speculation, which is very important to today's video. So this was a 3x pump on Filecoin. We even got Fetch AI, which is one of the coins I made 40x on back in 2023 as I bought it at the lows here and rode it almost close to the high. You can see even on my YouTube channel, which was one of the first coins I was talking about with Flowkey and Injective. And I remember this Fetch AI started the old season back in the days back in 2023, and it has started a little pump here. Now I don't know if this is the beginning, but it does look like it started to find a bottom around here in one of the few altcoins that did not revisit its wicks from the 10/10 liquidation event. But we can argue that because it's already sold off a lot, it's already been in a bear market for so long right now. This is also a sign that we've been pretty much in a bear market since April of 2024, something I've been talking about as like the last time we really seen an all season, and the last time the all season topped was around February 2024. And from there we were just PvPing, let's say, money or liquidity going from coin to coin, and there was no new inflow of real liquidity since then. Now we're seeing it bounce again, and I'm seeing a lot of people talk about it on Twitter, especially as it's bounced out of nowhere. So you just know that now we got extreme fear in the market. There is no reason for altcoins to pump, but regardless, they're pumping today, and few of them are pumping. So to me, this shows that people still want to speculate. So when Zcash started to pump, people now are looking for other coins, and that's what I'm seeing here. That's pretty much, I'm thinking that's the reason why these coins are pumping out of the blue and surprising people because everybody now believes that the bull market is over, the old season is over, old season might never happen, and now we're seeing these coins start to rally. So this pretty much, these coins are old coins, so people from Bitcoin don't know about the new coins we know about today, and when they take profits from, let's say, Bitcoin, they go to the coins they know. They don't know about Twitter, they don't know about YouTube, they just remember coins from early days, and those are the coins they buy, or coins that were a bit viral in 2021 or 2018. And whenever these coins pump, this means that people are rotating from Bitcoin, and especially the OGs. And that brings us to the Bitcoin dominance. If we look at it now, we just had these pumps happen yesterday, and today they are being reversed. So this was an all season that lasted for one day. But yesterday, if we look at the daily candle on the Bitcoin dominance started to drop. And you all know when Bitcoin dominance drops, this means all season. So it dropped for one day. That day was enough for coins like Filecoin and Dash and Fetch AI and even Virtuals to pump. Zcash has been pumping for a while now, almost 20x so far from its bottom. But just yesterday, we've seen pumps happen. And if OGs are selling Bitcoin to buy Zcash, Litecoin, or whatever altcoins we remember from the past, this would trigger a drop on the Bitcoin dominance. And most importantly, this also means Ethereum is undervalued right now, as it did not pump with the coins yesterday. It did pump a bit, but it's still following Bitcoin pretty much. And we all know when Ethereum pumps, this creates a major alt season as well, and especially on chain. As we all know, we all hold meme coins on chain and other coins on chain that really depends on Ethereum performing well. So when I'm seeing Zcash or Dash or ICP, Internet Computer pumping, I know that there is a rotation happening here from Bitcoin to these altcoins, and there is still appetite. People that have been holding Bitcoin all this time still want alt season. They still haven't rotated yet, and this is a huge sign of we could still see a major alt season, and this is all about that. Now we still need Bitcoin to pump. Obviously Bitcoin is still holding here, and if we look at the weekly candle on Bitcoin, we want to look at that 50-week EMA, and it's still now below it today. We don't want this weekly candle to close below it. So today is Saturday, tomorrow Sunday. We still have that going on. For us. And usually we see Sunday pumps. Last time we did not see a Sunday pump for some reason, but usually we see a Sunday pump. We could see this recover. We still have time for this to recover and close above the 50-week EMA. And if we look at the lower time frames here, Bitcoin is still holding here. So we just need to pump above 102. So 102,000 or 103,000, and Bitcoin will close the weekly above the 50-week EMA and get us higher, which means more altcoins will have more room to grow here. And when it comes to Zcash, as some people might be holding Zcash and might be wondering, can this still go higher? Now, this would be, without a doubt, a very good time to be taking profits on Zcash. So just so you know, from the lows, this is up 20x. And now we are seeing the first major pullback on the daily on Zcash. Now, it still could range around here and maybe take out the highs here. Again, take out the highs at 700, or maybe go back to 800 or 900, because that was the top in 2017. We could see it go back there, but pretty much I don't think this will continue to really rip from here and continue higher. Maybe 1,000 could be like the psychological level top for it, but pretty much for the people holding it, this is a really decent area for taking profits on Zcash. And as for others, if we go back to here and look at the old coins, now XRP already pumped, BNB already pumped, Solana already pumped, Tron already pumped, Dogecoin hasn't yet. So Dogecoin is also a Dino coin, an old coin from a long time ago, from the Bitcoin times. We got Cardano also is a Dino coin by now, is a Dino coin. We got Chainlink, also Bitcoin Cash. And we got Litecoin, HBAR, and XLM, and Monero as well. Those are all old coins from the past, which are likely to see some rotation from Bitcoin OGs, as we're seeing with Zcash. I wouldn't be surprised to see those as well catching some bits. It's pretty possible. And if we look at Litecoin, for example, in Litecoin chart, this thing as well rallied yesterday with the pump with these altcoins. And you can see here, just on this pump here, it's starting to outperform Bitcoin. And that's due to the Zcash pumping, and people are speculating on the old coins, the Dino coins, to start to recover. We got Litecoin still doing its thing here, going slowly sideways, and possibly as well getting an ETF. And Litecoin has been a survivor in this market. Not my favorite coin because it made me lose money back in the days, but it's always comes back. This is a coin that always comes back and always rallies. So as well, when this rallies, it's back in the days, I remember in 2021 when Litecoin started to rally, it rallied with the first wave of the cycle. So back in the time, we had two rallies by Bitcoin, and on the first rally, we got Litecoin, Zcash, and all those pumping on the first pump. Cardano, we got XRP, BNB, all pumping here. On the second rally, we got NFTs and we got gaming coins and meme coins rally around this time. By the way, Dogecoin as well rallied on the first one, and Shiba Inu rallied on the second one. So usually it's the old coins, they start to rally first, the Dino coins, and then on the second rally, we get the new coins. And as I explained, because Bitcoin OGs don't know about the new coins, they're not following the olds as much because they are Bitcoin maxis, but when they take profits from Bitcoin, they go to coins they remember from back in the days. That's why we see the Dino coins pump first, then we see the new coins. So here it's very clear when you can see Litecoin pumped back in 2021 first, with the first rally of Bitcoin, with other Dino coins. But on the second rally with Bitcoin, on Bitcoin, we got something like Axie Infinity, Sand, and a lot of other newer coins back in 2021 made new rallies and huge rallies. These were even bigger rallies than the ones from the Dino coins, and pretty much we could see something similar play out this cycle. And it doesn't take much, if we look at the weekly, it doesn't take much for these coins to really pump. It might take years going sideways, but it just takes them a few weeks to really rally hard. And that's still on the table. We're still in November. We got November and December to go, and we need about a month for an alt season to rally. And we got rate cuts still coming. We got quantitative easing coming. It is possible to see a major alt season. And when I'm seeing what I'm seeing now, Zcash and all these coins pumping, I'm seeing appetite. I'm seeing people still buying altcoins, and especially the smart money people, not retail here. There is no retail. When we look at fear and greed, it's 25 fear. There is no retail pretty much buying. And we get mainly the OGs from Bitcoin buying Dino coins like Zcash and stuff. As long as this is happening, I do believe there is still liquidity coming from Bitcoin and a rotation going from Bitcoin to altcoins. And that's pretty much what I'm making out of this Zcash pump we're seeing recently and the Dino coins pumping recently. So that's about it here in today's video. I'm going to keep you updated whatever is happening here. The market is still the same, so sometimes it gets boring to repeat the same thing over and over in every video. So we got something new to talk about here with Zcash pumping, and we got Litecoin pumping. One last thing as well, I know a lot of people on YouTube like Kaspa, and Kaspa recently, its founder, I do believe, was invited to a crypto event by Binance, and he refused because Binance refused to list Kaspa. So if we look at Kaspa here, it rallied on that tweet, which is probably the first bullish thing I've seen about Kaspa in a while. Although a lot of people did not like that the founder is refusing to attend an event where possibly Kaspa could have more eyes on it. But the way this tweet went viral, 1.9 million views, and people now are noticing Kaspa more, and I do believe Binance could list it now finally because of the amount of pushback they'll get from this. So I'm seeing a bit of a front running if you look at the 4 hours here. You see a bit of a recovery from Kaspa, and as well, I remember I made a video about the distribution and the Wyckoff distribution or accumulation, and it is following the textbook accumulation with a fake out at the end and then recovery. So this is possible by Kaspa as well. We could see this happen just because of this recent hype we've seen, and as long as Bitcoin recovers. Anyways, guys, this is what we got going on in today's video, and thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.